Hello everybody, welcome to another junk journal with me video. In this video I am starting off doing relatively normal, in air quotes, normal junk journal spreads, in that I have something I want to document, some pictures and some purchases and things I just want to put in my journal basically. And then after a while I got into that mood of I just want to stick stickers on things and make collages and put washi tape down. So that's what I do for the rest of the video after I've done a couple of spreads. Just, do you ever get into that mood? You know, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to think about what I'm making. Just want to put stickers down and make things that are pretty and not have to think about it. And yes. Anyway, but we'll start with spreads where I'm actually documenting something. So if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me posting about these pen purchases I had made in May. Well, actually, I hadn't made the purchases in May. I had made pre-orders for them in April, but they arrived in May, and they're both like special or limited edition pens, and I was super excited about, and I'm totally obsessed with them. And then also a couple of days before, it might have been even the same day, I'm not sure, but close to doing this spread, I'd also got a delivery from Pure Pens of some inks I'd ordered. So I'm putting them all together in the same video, and I have a little Pure Pens bag here, which I've never had one of these before, so I really wanted to put that into my journal because I order from Pure Pens all the freaking time. So I decided to make that into a little pocket, but you may have seen the front of it had ripped away a little bit where the sticker was to keep it shut, so I had to do a little bit of surgery there. I just put some scrap paper on the inside and then wash it over the top to fix that hole, and then general decoration with some vintage stamps and more washi and these little bits of Tim Holtz ephemera. Again, general decoration. I tried to do it with a sort of handwriting theme to relate to the pen, so a lot of the washi I'm using has some kind of handwriting on it. And then the paper I have there, you can see my little ink tests or ink swatches as well. I bought some new paper. It's called Ayush, maybe Ayush, Ayush paper. I think it's from India. Fountain pen friendly paper. It's glorious, and I'd done a little pen test on there, so that was going to go into a little envelope. But I also wanted to print off some things about those pens that I had purchased. So one is the Kaweco collection in Vibrant Violet. It's the all sport style of pen, so many of you may have or at least seen the Kaweco sport pens, which are usually a plastic body, tiny little pocket pens. The all sport versions are the metal bodied pens, and the Vibrant Violet is the 2021 special edition of that, and it is the most beautiful colour of violety purple. The metal finish is like that brushed sort of matte metal, and then the nib and all the hardware is gold. Not real gold, it's gold plated, but it's the colour gold and looks gorgeous with the purple, and I'm obsessed with this pen. It's so beautiful. But the other pen I bought is kind of a big deal. I'm joking, but it is a glorious pen. This is a Sailor Progress Slim in the colour or the style Blue Green Nebula, part of their Galaxy series. It is a limited edition pen. They have only made 1,800 of these pens, and when I saw it announced whenever it was announced at the beginning of the year, I fell in love instantly and knew I had to have one. And I was stalking two of the main pen websites I use, and they had the pen on email alert, and I was honestly checking my emails like multiple times a day for months, because I knew as soon as they went live they would go really, really quickly. And then the pen was delayed as well, and it was all like, oh my goodness, I have to have this pen in my life. And then I found another website called Right Here, as in Right, W-R, Right, and they had it available for pre-order rather than just waiting and getting your email at the right time sort of thing. So I pre-ordered it through them, and it arrived, and it is the most beautiful fountain pen. I mean, it's this glorious tealy colour with glitter gold flecks in the body, and the nib, oh my goodness, it's a 14 karat gold nib, and it writes like a dream. And I realise some of you are probably really bored right now who don't care about fountain pens, but still, just oh, it's amazing. And then as the Kaweco is amazing as well. So I wrote on the back of that little test paper that I'd done of the ink swatches a paragraph each about each pen, and so that can go in the little pocket there. And as you see, I did some basic decoration where I added the pictures of the pens. The Kaweco came with a little sticker, so I added that. And then I printed out on my phone memo thermal printer the little announcement from Sailor's official Instagram page, the blue-green nebula announcement. And here all I'm doing is adding a few rub-ons for a few little decorative elements. And the washi tape I used, I don't have any fountain pen washi tape, very sadly, but I do have a couple of stationery themed washi tape, so I used that one to kind of go with the whole theme. Then the next spread is also kind of pen related, where that same order from Pure Pens, I ordered this. This is a J.R. Barn dip pen, like quill style. It's not technically an actual quill because it's not the whole feather. You're not writing with the feather. It's got a steel dip pen nib attached to the feather. And I was really tempted by it, and I went, you know what, I'm just going to buy it because I really want it. And it came in the colour navy, which is perfect. I love the colour navy, so I wanted to include that somehow. And I really liked the packaging as well. It had the medieval sort of painting on it and a little blurb from the back, which I cut out as well. Kind of, what does it say actually? Where's my journal? Well, it's just a little thing about quills and how they were used and monks writing on parchment and that sort of thing. But I thought I would include it to sort of explain it. I rejigged the packaging around because it was too tall to put in my journal, and also it's cardboard, 2 sides of cardboard, which was a bit too thick as well. So I just took the back piece, there we go, off completely, and like got the title bit and separated that, and then just jigged it around to make a little pocket. Then I'm taking some more of that paper I mentioned earlier, the Ayush, again, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's from that shop I mentioned right here. I'll link it if you're interested. So tore off a bit of that using my tearing ruler, so it kind of has that parchmenty effect around the edges, and then used the quill dip pen and some ink to write out, I think it's a couple of verses of The Lady of the Lake. I simply wanted to experiment using the pen, using some diamine ink. The colour is Cherry Sunburst, again, if you're interested. And yeah, was experimenting using the pen and enjoy it. It's a really tactile sensation. If this was a fountain pen, you would say this is the worst nib of all time. It's super scratchy and awful. But because it's not a fountain pen, it's a dip pen, it kind of gets away with it. And as I said, it's a really tactile experience. I really like the way that you can see on the paper where you've redipped into the ink because the colour is stronger and the letters are fatter, sort of thing. There's something about the way it looks. It looks really historical and like you're really writing on parchment with a quill. I love it. I think it looks gorgeous. So I finished those up. What I didn't have and did need for this is some blotting paper because those bits where you'd re-dipped the ink were still very, very wet. So I just had to sort of fanned it around a bit to dry it, folded it and slipped it into that little pocket there. And I think that's going to be it for that page. But I simply did the page because I wanted to play with the quill, and I'm really happy I did, and it was super, super fun. So again, I'll link that. All these pen shops I'm mentioning, I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. I just happened to purchase from them quite a lot. Another little thing that was in my Pure Pens order, which I thought was lovely, was this little leaflet that says, what does it say? No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted? Is that what it says? I can't read it. Move your hand, Grace. Wasted, yes. That's what it says. And it was a little leaflet for the Samaritans. I just thought it was lovely that they put that in there. So I wanted to put it in my journal. I think the Samaritans are great. I will admit, not recently, quite a few years ago, but I have actually called them myself when I have been in a very bad situation, mental health wise, and they are wonderful. And basically I just thought it was great that they had that leaflet in there. All I'm doing is adding a little bit of washi, and I went through my vinyl stickers to see if there was anything I could use to take up some of that white space at the bottom. There wasn't loads of things I could use, but there was this sort of hand with a rose, like giving a rose, and I thought that worked quite well with the quote. And that's literally it for that page. That's it, but I think it looks quite cute. And after doing that, that's when I really got in the mood of I just want to put pretty things on paper. I don't want to think about it, and yeah, that's about it. I have a little folder of bits and scraps to use in my journal, and I'd gone through that to find some bits and pieces to use, and found these two bits, which I happen to know are from an old Daphne's Diary magazine. So I ripped around that bouquet to use that, and then pulled out this sticker from it's not from the antiquarian sticker book, it's from the botanist sticker book. What's it actually called? Yes, it's the botanist sticker book. I love this book. It's beautiful. The only thing is, and I'm sure many of you have got these books, or if you don't have the botanist one, you may have the antiquarian one, the stickers are not very sticky, so I always add glue to them. It's fine. I'm not bothered by it. I've heard some people moaning about it, but each their own. It doesn't bother me personally. I just see it as a book of ephemera, and all I have to do is add a bit of glue to it. Not a problem. For the other page where I was sticking down that bouquet I'd ripped out, I added a little bit of washi, ripped up washi in the background, just so there was a little extra something going on. And then in that bit I stuck down, which is the fold out piece from Daphne's Diary, like the really pretty picture of the girl on her bike, I am again adding a verse of poetry. I think this particular verse is from The Lady of Shalott. I'm gonna say it was quite hard to write, where I should have written it before I folded it and stuck it down, but oh well, never mind. Wrote it around the edges there, thought that looked kind of cute, and then I'm going to add a little bit of decoration to the front of that, the folded piece, which was just another scrap from Daphne's Diary and one of my own stickers from my flower garden collection. Another page of using bits here. This is using a lot of stuff from my stash of Little Rainbow Moon items. I went nuts buying her stuff a few years ago, overboard, I would say, and then hoarded it because it's so very pretty, and now I have loads that I really need to use up. So that's what I'm doing. I found that cute quote card, and the blue washi I used was a new edition, so I wanted to use that because I hadn't used it yet. Few stickers here and there, and then I also added a faux stitched border with a Pigment micron pen because the page was looking a bit bare, I think, and adding a faux stitch border can really finish off a page, I think. Just, it's a really simple little addition, but it can make all the difference. Same sort of thing here. I started sticking washi down. I had no idea where I was going with it, and yeah, let's stick pretty things down and see what happens. So on this plain side, I decided to write even more poetry. Don't know what I wrote on this one though. Maybe some more Lady of the Lake. Not 100% sure, but it was really hard to write on this page because it was really close to the front of the journal, and as you can see, the journal is getting quite bulky now, and where my hand needed to rest on the other page, it was really hard because the journal would flip up, and it was a bit of a faff. So I regret not writing it down and sticking it on another piece of paper and then just sticking it on the page. But it's done now. It's not my best handwriting. It doesn't matter. And on this other page, I think I'm going to do a simple collage. Again, I pulled out some scraps from my little folder of scraps that need to be used up, added torn strips of washi here and there, and finished off with this really large sticker, again from the botanist sticker book. Again, adding glue to it because they're not, I think they're actually advertised in the book as reusable stickers, which is why they're not very sticky. But again, it's fine, it's not a problem. And then I also think I'm going to finish this off with a few little rub-ons because I had purchased some new ones because I'm obsessed with rub-ons. I think they're great. I think they're particularly great as well because they don't add any bulk whatsoever to your journal, and they're so pretty, and I just love them. That's all there is to it. So I added a few pink ones of those. I thought the pink of those rub-ons really highlighted the pink of the sticker, and I thought that was going to be the last spread, but apparently not. I'm going to do another one. What do I do on this one? Oh, I don't remember. Again, adding collagey bits from my folder of scraps to use, then little bits of washi here and there, and I'm totally blanking. I like have no memory of doing this page whatsoever, but it was the last one I did, so it should be the most recent one in my mind as well. Oh yeah, I pulled out some bits to use from this little box of bits to use. Again, I think I'm always saying like drawer of bits to use, a file of bits to use, a box of bits to use. Like, I swear my junk journaling organisation system makes sense to absolutely nobody except me. But, you know, this is a separate little tray of slightly smaller bids to use. And I had actually gone through some of my old planners where I decorated the spreads, and instead of just chucking them away, where there was a pretty sticker and no writing on it or anything like that, I cut them out to use in my junk journal. So that little follow your heart was once to use on a weekly planner spread many moons ago. I fussy cut that butterfly. That came from some packaging from something. Thought that looked cute there. And then I didn't want to do loads on that opposite page with the photos of the flower on, because, you know, I thought it looked quite nice as it was. But I always like to add a little bit of something to make it my own. So ripped up bits of washi, and then this quote. What does that say? Go gradually in the direction of your dreams, something. I've missed it, but you know, something nice and positive. And that is going to be it. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Give me a thumbs up if you did. It really helps me out. Links to all the many things I've mentioned in this video will be down in the description box. Please chat to me in the comments. I always say it to the point you're probably sick of it, but I do love talking to everybody. And yeah, that is going to be it from me. Thank you so much again. Bye bye.